In India, even if 17-year-olds are in a consensual relationship, it is still a crime. Under the Protection of Children from Sexual Offences, POCSO Act 2012, any sexual activity with a person under 18, even if consensual, is treated as statutory rape. The POCSO Act was enacted in 2012 to safeguard minors from sexual abuse. Before that, India's legal age of consent under the Indian Penal Code was 16 years. Following the 2012 Delhi gang rape, public outrage led Parliament to pass the Criminal Law Amendment Act 2013, which raised the age from 16 to 18 to provide stronger protection for young girls. Today, even if both partners are minors, for example, to 17-year-olds, the boy can still be charged with rape. Courts have consistently ruled that a minor's consent has no legal validity. In July 2025, Senior Advocate Indira Jaising urged the Supreme Court of India to reconsider the age of consent. She argued that the present law is criminalizing teenage love rather than protecting victims of abuse. Her statement read, "By criminalizing consensual adolescent relationships, the state is interfering with young people's privacy and autonomy." She cited figures showing that nearly one-third of all POCSO cases involve consensual relationships between adolescents aged 16 to 18. A 2023 Law Commission report echoed the concern, calling these prosecutions a serious area of concern. Between 2017 and 2021, prosecutions under POCSO involving 16 to 18-year-olds increased by about 180%. In many cases, both partners were in consensual relationships, but complaints were filed by parents, often because of social or caste disapproval. Judges have remarked, a large number of POCSO cases are not about sexual abuse, but about adolescent love. Several high courts, including those of Karnataka, Madras, and Delhi, have also voiced discomfort when teenagers are jailed under laws intended for predators. Not everyone agrees with lowering the age of consent. Numerous child rights organizations, legal experts, and the Law Commission of India have issued detailed objections supported by evidence. According to the 22nd Law Commission report, August 2023, reducing the age from 18 to 16 could create dangerous loopholes in statutes meant to protect minors, particularly young girls in vulnerable situations. The Commission warned lowering the age of consent may dilute the deterrent value of the POCSO Act and could be exploited by offenders under the guise of consensual acts. Let's break down the key reasons behind this stance. India continues to struggle with child marriage. According to UNICEF 2023, 1 in 5 women aged 20 to 24 were married before turning 18. If the legal age of consent drops to 16, the distinction between a teenage relationship and an illegal child marriage could blur, especially in rural areas where early marriage is still socially accepted. Activists fear that such a change could undermine the Prohibition of Child Marriage Act 2006, a law that took decades to enforce effectively. The National Crime Records Bureau (NCRB) 2022 documented over 1.49 lakh crimes against women involving victims under 18. Officials from the National Commission for Protection of Child Rights (NCPCR) warn that offenders could exploit a reduced age by claiming that the minor had consented. In many trafficking and sexual exploitation cases, girls aged 15 to 17 are lured by older men and sometimes even forced into marriage under the pretext of love. Lowering the age could make such prosecutions far more difficult. Multiple studies, including a 2022 paper in the Indian Journal of Psychiatry, show that adolescents below 18 often lack the cognitive and emotional maturity required to give informed consent. At 16, decisions are strongly influenced by peer pressure, hormonal changes, and social approval. Experts therefore argue that maintaining the 18-year limit protects teenagers from long-term psychological and emotional harm. Without parallel improvements in sex education and public health awareness, lowering the age could increase teen pregnancy. According to National Family Health Survey 2021, 6.8% of Indian women aged 15 to 19 are already mothers or pregnant. If sexual activity becomes legally permissible at 16 without greater access to contraception, this percentage of pregnancy could increase sharply. This would strain families and public health resources and could drive a rise in unsafe abortions among minors, especially in regions lacking adequate healthcare infrastructure. Lowering the age could also affect pop culture content, leading to more sexualized portrayals of minors, such as web series depicting school-life romances, teenage sex, and pregnancy. In India, OTT platforms are already testing boundaries. Netflix Class 2023 depicted under 18 characters in intimate scenes and portrayed explicit teenage sexuality. If the law recognizes 16 as legal consent, creators may feel justified in pushing such themes further, challenging societal norms and raising parental concerns. Without parallel improvements in education, policing, and gender awareness, lowering the age to 16 could undo years of progress in child protection. That is why the Government of India, in its affidavit to the Supreme Court, August 2025, stated the age of 18 ensures maximum protection to minors and prevents potential misuse under the guise of consent. For now, the official stance remains clear: keep it 18.